Yeah, like Shanter 95 or something. All right. Just very, very frustrating. All right, I'll submit. Maybe we'll get some utility back for them. Maybe that will get patched. That would be the greatest thing they could do for that, is just fix shit like that. All right, chat. Let's get another one. I mean, his deck was very good. It was pretty damn likely we were going to lose. I don't think we had any answer to that enchantment when it came down. But let's lose when we're supposed to. Let's lose when it's time to lose, not lose when the client decides that it's going to bug us out and fucking counter all of our plays by just bugging us out. All right, I don't know if I want another draft like that or not. Let's open some packs real quick and then probably do another draft. It's totally unexciting. Dominaria cards are drafts are pretty unexciting for me right now. Siege Commander is good, of course. Okay.
Right on schedule.
I like Hungering Hydra a lot. Do we want to draft another Dominaria, or do we want to draft... I guess I could throw it up as a poll. You guys want more Dominaria, or you want M19? Okay. Only things I'm looking for? Playable rares and duels, yeah. All right, let me know. Any plans to play Constructed? No, not right now. M19 feels like I'm playing Hearthstone. I disagree. I like M19 a lot. I like Dominaria probably a little bit more, but I just played a bunch of M19 and I kind of... I like competitive draft more than I like quick draft, and that's changed. They're still both very expensive, but I feel like I get a better rate of return off competitive draft. Quick draft just feels like, I don't know, quick draft's a little rough. They're different sets, so when you ask what's the difference, I mean, they're both Magic, but they're different sets, so different cards are included. We're 71% Dominaria though, so we'll just roll with that. That's fine. Okay. 200 gems is pretty bad. Made a lot of mistakes that game. Unforced mistakes on our part as well as in the client mistakes. All right, let's go draft. Okay. I mean, presumably they're trying to run a business and therefore... Icy Manipulator. Is an Icy Manipulator better than a Sarah Angel? I think it probably is. I think there's less artifact removal, especially in quick draft. And I think this doesn't commit me to any color right now. So that seems like a pretty straightforward Icy Manipulator pick to me. Sarah Angel is very good. All right. Thorn Elemental, Squee. Blink of an Eye, Sparring Construct. So Squee is pretty good. Sacrifice Synergy was really good with him last game. I don't remember how much I like red in this set. I think red is better in this set than it is in M19. But this is already mana cost per turn, and this is also looking for mana cost per turn. A Juggernaut doesn't even come into consideration for me right now. I think if I were looking at these, the Bailiff Gorger is pretty damn good too. 4/4/4/4 is really solid, or 7/4 and 8 7/7 later is pretty solid. This card doesn't do a lot for me, so I think it's probably Squee. Why do you guys like Juggernaut? What do you think is exciting about a 5/3 for 4 that has to attack each turn? How is that exciting in this format? All it ever does is trade with a 3/1. Think red's the weakest color in Dominaria? Well, Sparring Construct. I can't tell if joking. Yeah, I mean, that is something. I mean, we could say, for example, that we just don't trust red to get us through this set, and that Thorn Elemental might be a better pick. I just think that this card's pretty fucking solid. So I think I'm going to grab Squee, and we'll maybe be a little salty if we don't end up in red. This guy's pretty good. Has synergy with Squee already. Black-red's nice. Could use Tome, and Squee works fine too, although it's pretty fucking clunky. I think we grab the Blood Liturgist and we're okay. Squee is usually just a chump blocker, but chump blockers are valuable. A lot of these games grind out of value on both sides where you're just top decking for stuff. I think I'll take the Blood Liturgist. Big slow wall. Another mana sink. We already have plenty of mana sinks right now. This is pretty bad for us. Soul Salvage for more value. We have a lot of value already. The wall for standing behind a wall. Trapper. Trapper has synergy with Squee. Pretty bad synergy. Hey, no, wait, Super Kamaguru. Candle usable? Yeah, but just. Soul Salvage is better with Whisper. Just. Sure. None of these are exciting to me. I could see this. I don't think that will see play. I could see this. This is now speculating on 3 colors, which is getting a little rough for me. I don't really want the A-bomb. The wall doesn't commit to any colors, nor does the candle, but neither of them are likely to see play. Maybe a 0/6 wall would see play. Squee and Trapper's a real combo. Real's kind of strong for that. I don't think Squee and Trapper are any better than Scree and Whisper. Historic is an artifact, legendary, or saga. Yep. Indestructible block all trample damage. No, it only blocks up to the amount of health it has. Why not Homerid? Try to be helpful if you're going to offer suggestions. If it's a real question and not a troll code suggestion, maybe indicate that in some way. Because the Homerids are kind of poor 3/3 body that has an effect that is almost never relevant in Arena. I mean, I guess we could do it to ourselves and then bring it back with Whisper and Squee and play 3 colors to start with. It's just basically a weak creature is the answer to that. That's tough. I don't know. Don't know. I don't think Feral A-Bomb will see play for us. I don't think the Adamantium Wall or Amaranthine Wall. I thought it was Adamantium this entire time. All right, Amaranthine Wall will see play. I don't think Soul Salvage will see play. So these seem very unlikely to me. So I think I'll grab the creature. It probably won't see play as well, but if I do play white, this creature will see play. So I'll grab that. That's my rationale there. Howling Golem, Fire Intervention, Mammoth Spider for a 4th color. Want to just get one of each color to start with, guys? Feels like a fiery intervention here to me. I like the Golem. I've never played it. I keep wanting to play it. But if we're going to go red, let's get some valuable red cards. Soul Salvage, Disciple. Has synergy with Squee, Icy Manipulator. And is white, and is a flyer. Has very rough synergy with Squee, I guess. The Keldon Raider. You discard a card if you do draw a card. Seems like a fairly solid red card. Compass is definitely not a pick here. Seems to me to be between the Disciple and the Keldon Raider. We're probably going red at this point. We have 2 quality red cards. The question is, are we playing Splashing Black, or playing black, or splashing white, or playing white, or neither for white? So this runs the issue of lots of things. The Raider's kind of a mediocre card. It doesn't go very well with splashes. With 2 red, it's 4/3. I don't like 3 as a combat strength for an attacker, and this is basically an attacker. Bird is a flyer. This card is not going to do a lot and might not see play. Might see play.
A generous bestowal.
This soup can. Thank you very much for the donation, man. Ah, I'm glad. I'm glad. But if my pain and suffering helps make your experience better, I'm happy for that. Yep. Raider has some very minor synergy with Squee. For some reason at turn 4, with 2 red mana on the board already, we also have Squee in hand. We could indeed play the Raider. I don't think this card's very viable at all. I mean, 8/8's a little bit scary, but yeah. His kicker is not even expensive, but 10 mana is ridiculous. I don't know between these. I think I prefer the Disciple. I think this card's weak enough that I don't really care. I think it's more likely we're in red than white, but I think I don't care about the 4/3. It's not exciting to me at all. Adamant Will is a decent little combat trick. Voltaic Servant is a fine 1/3 that also has historic synergy.
You have returned.
And doesn't commit me to a color, which is fine. Welcome back, White Chocolate. It's only been a year, man. Welcome back. Sparring Construct or Wanderer. Take the Wanderer. Not feeling like Sparring Construct's done. I kind of like that it's another... We have a really like, sick amount of historics right now. Oh yeah, and this Voltaic Servant with Icy Manipulator synergy. Good call, yeah. I'm going to grab that. 5/5 Trampler for 6 is not great, but it's okay. These are both playable. Sacrifice synergy with Squee. Totally reasonable 4/4/3/3 menace creature. Don't really want another one of these yet. I did think it was longer White Chocolate, yep. Yeah, I know that one too. No wait, Super Kamaguru. A little bit expensive, but it's a 3/3 body with nothing else attached to it for 4, which is kind of nice. I guess this guy just basically has menace and he has another upside. Let's grab the Omnivore over the Confessor. I have no idea what colors we're playing right now. We're looking like another tricolor deck. I don't really want to do every single time I draft, but it just ends up being that way for us. Take the Fire Elemental over the Drudge Sentinel. The Sentinel was terrible for us last time. The Acolyte is quite good. The Feral Abomination is playable. Actually have a fair number of artifacts so far, but the idea of sacrificing an Icy Manipulator to do 2 damage is so fucking unappealing to me. Take the Seismic Shift, but it's not being played. Alright, so we did a lot of speculation in this first one. Oh, I got excited. I thought this was the fucking Planeswalker, but it's not. Triumph of Gerard is pretty damn good. Tiana was decent. but mostly just as a 3/3 flyer with first strike for 5. Another Warcaller, another Omrid. Sanctum Spirit's okay too. We would actually be able to trigger that a fair amount of time. Hey, Solitaire. I think I'm gonna grab the Triumph and be okay about it.
Welcome back.
Hey, Poker Faces.
Really enjoying the MTGA streams.
Yeah, me
Go
too, man.
Filthy Smash.
Go Filthy Smash, indeed. We take the Triumph. Looks like we're moving towards white. We just picked up Eldest Reborn. Looks like we're also moving towards black. We're all over the place right now. Does that mean we're red is going to get cut? But I can't pass Eldest Reborn. The card's disgustingly overpowered. Second Fire Fist Adept. I mean, I just want to play 3 colors, chat. I just want to play 3 colors. So it's fire. This card's not really playable. Right now we're looking at Squee and Fiery Intervention as the red cards we're playing with right now. We could just stop drafting red right now. Give up on the fact we have a Fiery Intervention, which feels a little bad, but not terrible. And give up on Squee. A little bad again, but not terrible. And start drafting more black and white, like the Skin Witch seems fine to me. The other one would be maybe the Confessor. Fire Fist is a great card, but I think we're going to go Skin Witch here. Second Disciple. Not terribly exciting, but I'm okay with it. They're not going to let me not play white, red, white, are they? It's a black-white duel, which is a good one. So the pick if we're playing black-white is the Thallid. The pick if we're playing black-white-red is the Caretaker. The Caretaker is not really a bomb, but as a 3/3 flyer with first strike, that's not bad in this format. It does other things. The aura equipment, this special ability is rare that it happens. I think I'm kind of more tempted by the Thallid. Thallid's just decent. Sergeant at Arms is decent too. Let's grab the Thallid. Oh, more red splashes. With a bunch of other stuff we don't really want to play. Tragic Poet. Not so good for us. Chainer's Torment's bad. Paladin we have a fair number of historics, so the Paladin's a lot better than it would be otherwise. The land is not as tempting as the creature right now. It's not that I don't want a black-white duel, but it's not the color we're considering splashing, right? If that was like a red-black duel or a red-white duel, then it would be a lot more exciting. I mean, this does... I lied about that. We have 2 enchantments that brings back, right? So the Poet does bring back both... the Triumph and also the Eldest Reborn, which are both really solid. Garna is okay. She's a 3/3 flash for 5. And other creatures you control have haste, which is kind of nice for the turn after you summon her. And she does, after you've done trades, pop creatures back to your hand, which is not bad at all. But again, red. I mean, I don't mind a red splash for a 5, right? That's 2 5s at a red splash. That's not terrible. I don't think we're going to get Squee in the deck at that rate, but the Poet is a little bit of a stretch. I'm going to grab Garna. Spirit has good synergy with their decks. Another Voltaic Servant has good synergy with their decks. The Dark Bargain's a solid card. 4/4/3/2 lifelink. Discarding cards for trading is not generally that exciting. Mostly our historics are better than our non-historics. Like, oh, I can discard an Eldest Reborn or an Icy or Garna. or a Wanderer. The only time I'm discarding for that is the Voltaic Servant, unless it's like the difference between winning or losing. I think I might just grab another Voltaic for our early game. Have a fair number though. We've got 5 2-drops already, 4 2-drops already. Guys, we can make the cut on Squee if we want later. Oh, you're trying to discard Squee. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you can only discard him once though. I kind of think I might be Voltaic Servanting here. The Dark Bargain's interesting too. I just don't see having that be that interesting. Bargain too strong to pass? I don't think Bargain's too strong to pass. I think the card's good. I'm gonna grab the Servant. Can bounce artifacts back. Seems reasonable to me. Adamant Will, Sparring Construct, or I like the Trick, but this does have the synergy with all of our... Do we have anything that has synergy with this now? It's just a Trapper, right? Let's grab the Trick. Paladin came around. We'll grab him. The Grizzly. Demonic Vigor. Big Dude or a 3rd Disciple. I can't imagine playing 3 of these, right? First strike creatures get better the more of them you have, though.
You have returned.
Welcome back, British Bulldog. Thank you for the resub. I think I might grab the Wanderer. Another Paladin. I don't know what this card does. Sacrifice 2, create 2 0/1 Black Cleric creature tokens twice. Create a 6/6 flying creature that kills me if I lose my tokens. Huh. We also have a Caretaker for our, again, for our red-white splash. We have a Poet again for getting back our enchantments. We've got another Thallid, which I like, a Skin Witch, which is okay, but not quite as good as the other cards on this board, and another Fiery Intervention. All these cards I would like. No, it's sacrifice another creature. So I do have 2 other ways to get rid of it. The Omnivore and the Whisper will both sacrifice the creature if it's a big deal. But it will fucking kill me if he can kill my tokens. I think Rite's a slam dunk. I think I'm going to try it. I've never played the card. It's a rare. A 6/6 flyer seems... 6/6 flying trample token seems pretty big. I'll try it. I'm a bit scared of it. I think that's the point of the card, right? Be a bit scared of it. Poet, Skin Witch, Shivan Fire, Slimefoot. Slimefoot's good. I think I'll... do we want to Shivan Fire? So we're probably not playing Squee with this deck. So we're splashing for late games there. This is a nice early game tempo removal that later is a 4-point removal for 5, which is, you know, about Fiery Intervention, a little worse than Fiery Intervention, except it's an instant. Or I could have the solid Skin Witch drop. I think I prefer the Skin Witch. Oh, right, and there's Cav. It's Cavalry. I didn't even see Cavalry. That card just didn't even register on my senses. I actually think that might be the best pick we have here. It's not worth playing. So when I look at this, we're probably not playing that. We might not even be in red right now. I've got a fair number of 4s. I'm not even that dissatisfied with them. I feel like the Paladins are actually going to have decent value in this deck. We've got 3 enchantments and 6 artifacts, 5 artifacts right now. Not cutting the Omnivore, I'm not cutting the Whisper, I'm not cutting Rite, I'm not cutting Ice Manipulator. I doubt I want to cut Paladins. So the issue with the Call to Cav is the curve. Poet, I have so many sagas. Yeah, the Poet gets a lot better, doesn't it? So the ones that I see are this, that, and that. I don't think Slimefoot's real here. You'd be telling me to splash green just for Slimefoot again, and I don't want to do that. I think Slimefoot's great, but I don't think so. I don't think you can say that Cavalry for Rite tokens is relevant. I mean, Cavalry has, we have 3 other things that sacrifice. Tokens seem pretty damn good. And I think I'm already overloaded on 2s, even though the Skin Witch is really a 6, not a 2. All right, I kind of want the Poet. Would you like to exile all non-land permanents that aren't legendary? No, I prefer not to do that. We have 2 legendary creatures. So Short Sword, Windgrace, Acolyte. Have no removal right now. Chronicler is a lot less valuable. The Phantom has synergy with our deck, but do I want it? It's a very slow recursion. Short Sword has some value. We've got small flyers. It's another historic. Blast to reset board. It's a legendary sorcery though. You can't cast it without having a legendary creature out, which means that we'd have to have one of our legendaries in play to play it. So I think that's probably not right. It's not just Wrath the God, guys. So the 2 that I see are the Sword or the Acolyte. I think Phantom's not that exciting. I've just played that card in 2 drafts, and it's not that exciting of a card. I really like Sword. It's between these 2 for me. That doesn't enter. This card's amazing, but I don't have blue or green. Next, Sword over Acolyte. I don't really want to mill our cards. I'll grab Sword. Unicorn is great. Eviscerate. There's just no question here. I was going to say another Disciple, maybe a Windgrace Acolyte's fine. A Unicorn's great, but I don't have any removal. Red White Splash made it all the way around. Soul Salvage is there, and the Poet's there. We're already splashing red, likely for Garna and Fiery Intervention, although we don't have to be. We just picked up an equipment piece. Not that that's really relevant, but she is another another historic. Poet, 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 poet. Yeah, could be Poet. Anyone want to play Poet here? I don't know if we're splashing red or not. We might not be. Second Poet. Sergeant at Arms. Or Spirit. I think the Poet gets more exciting. What's our 3s like? We're pretty low on 3s. That would be a pretty premium 3. I played Tiana as a 3/3 flyer, Victor, with first strike. That's what I played Tiana as. I like the tokens for late game sacrifices. I like a 3-drop. I think we need 3 drops. Let's grab it. Another Poet. Another 3-drop. I think we'll take another 3-drop. Has another token built into it. I'll take a Skin Witch. Take a second Poet. Holy fuck. Like I just like, it's just Poet every single time. I'm like, what? What? All right, we could grab Fungal Infection, but I think I want the Poet. Oh, Poet again. Skin Witch again. I don't want 3 Poets. I think 2 is enough. I think probably. Do I want a Combat Trick? Yo, I mean, post this turn. So like, if I could go back, I'd take the fungal infection, and then I'd pick the poet. So I think chat's a little bit behind. People are still talking about the infection. You guys with blessing. I don't see myself playing 3 skin witches, and I don't see myself playing 3 poets. Sure. I don't think this is going to see play. Lingering Phantom and Acolyte Wield. I have infinite synergy with this. But kind of like the flyer. Is it my favorite card, Vammed? No, but I like it a lot. I think we're not seeing red happen right now. We have too many playables. I'm on a pretty low curve right now. What's more important for us? 3/2 evasive creature or just return, 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 return? I don't really want to cut Wanderers for this creature, but maybe it's the same mana cost. I like the trample. I like the synergy with both the disciples, who I think are going to be pinging for a lot of damage, and the trapper, and the paladins. I think for me this is an acolyte. I'm not sure either will see play. Demonic Vigor is not seeing play. Scholar's not seeing play. Unwind's not seeing play. Okay, we're close to what we want to do with this deck. So these are all disgustingly good for us, as are these. The servants are a little questionable here, as is the combat trick. It's one of my favorite combat tricks though. 2/2 and indestructible is pretty damn good. Don't worry about mana yet, guys. We'll sort out the mana fixing after we sort out the cards. This is how I do every single draft. Sort the cards first, then you can worry about the mana fixing. Otherwise you're sorting out mana for cards you're not playing. There's an argument for not playing Omnivore. We will have tokens off of Thalids plus the Cav. But presumably we're going to want our tokens for things like Rite. One acolyte. So rest of our damage on ground, we're doing a lot of damage. I'm expecting us to do a fair amount of damage on the ground with on the air with Sarah Disciples. I have 8 historics cut Omnivore. Yeah, Omnivore is looking that way too. How many are we on creature count right now? 19. Pretty heavy on creatures. There's 2 poets too many. Cut a Wanderer. Feels like how I finish games. Honestly, I could see Wanderers being better than Acolytes in this deck. Or rather, Acolytes being better than Wanderers. Especially if we have something like Icy or... What's the benefit of air creatures? They have to be blocked by other air creatures, or they can't be blocked at all. I'm not very excited about the Adamant Will here. I mean, it does kind of work as quasi-removal. I don't really want to cut out... I either want to cut Paladins or not cut Paladins and Wanderers together, or I want to like cut them separate. Like, I kind of want that. I suppose the Voltaic Servants are maybe shit. Or maybe not. Like, I can get disgusting like use out of the Icy with Voltaic Servants. Can I afford to run Whisper? What is Whisper? Yes. Although, it's a fair point. What am I targeting with Whisper? All my creatures are pretty low power individually. That's a good point. What am I using Whisperer for? Card feels good. I mean, it is a historic. It's just so strong. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. And I've got a fuck ton of little dudes. I've got 2 little dudes. 4 little dudes. 6 little dudes. 10 little dudes. Whisper recurs poet. Yep, see? Man, chat, I don't know how to cut this. I guess we could cut the Paladins. It just feels so good with so many historics in here. But every time I look to what to cut, yeah, maybe the recursion off the poets is greedy. Hey, Citizen. Lost 3 creatures out of that. Call the Cav. No, I think Call the Cav's good here. Wonder before Paladins. Really? I feel like a 5/5 trample might be how we finish the game. -1 Witch. You know, it's funny. The Witches don't have a whole fuck ton of synergy in this deck. It feels more beat down than might otherwise. Maybe I cut both of them. I want to play things on 2, and I don't want Witches hanging them up in my hand. I just think they're so good for the late game value. That maybe we're not trying to do late game value with this deck. We're trying to whittle them down before that. One card here. Evasive creature or Wanderer? I think Wanderer. Alright, I look at this and I get pretty excited about the deck. Seems to be on curve. Sagas are enchantments. We have 1 poet for recursion. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 legendary, or 9 historics. We kept both the Paladins for damage. We kept all the evasive creatures. We have the Acolytes in there still, the Paladin in there still, the Rite in there still. The Disciples are in there. We did drop 1 historic. We dropped the Wanderer. I think the Skin Witches were a good call on the cuts, guys. I like the card because it's super high value. This deck is more tempo oriented, I think. The Elephant and the Tragic Poet, huh? Alright, let's run this. Let's take a look at the mana. I am going to want white early. I want probably 9-8 white black. Our biggest nemesis is going to be the the red spell that does 3 damage to face and 1 damage to all your creatures. How do you know a historic? It's just there's 3 things that are historics. Artifacts, legendaries, and sagas are historics. Oops. Okay. What is this card? What does this deck look like? What die says most? Which person looks most like they're going to the face to me? To you? Yeah. All right. Am I happy with this? Relatively. I'll be back in just a second, guys. See you in a minute.